some games that are kind of dangerous.
Games are dangerous? Well, let's see. If I were to look online.
No, I'm back in time.
Games back in time? Okay. We can talk about maybe games, but what about, let's see, what do we think about, what do we know? What did we learn about? We watched a long video about him, and he marched places. Yes. Martin Luther King. He's part of history. He is. He's a famous person who made a change. What did he do? What is he known in history for? Ooh, I should see more hints on that. What is Martin Luther King known for in history? What did he do? There we go, more hands. Dylan. Next. You forgot. Who else? Who else? Devin, what did Martin Luther King do? He tried to help people. What did he try to help them with? Let's see. Zane.
Black and white friends.
So people of all different races and genders and colors can be friends. If without him, we all wouldn't be in the same school together. So he's very important in history. Who else is in history that's important? Dante. Rosa Parks. She was a big part of that. What did Rosa Parks do?
They was our freedom.
Who could tell me? Zayden.
She wouldn't go because one guy wanted the seat, and then she got arrested.
She got arrested. She wouldn't give up her seat, and that was against the law at that time. But without her, would we all be able to sit on the bus?
No.
No. We would have a lot of issues. What else? Who else is famous in history? Or what else has happened in history? Aiden. Abraham Lincoln. What? Nope, you're on right 3 at the end.
My cousin's name is Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. What is he famous for? Why is he in history? What did he do? Only Dante knows about Abraham Lincoln. We talked about him one day. Andrew. He abolished slavery. If we didn't have him, people could still own other people. Is that right?
No.
You shouldn't have to own people. What else?
How about the parents too?
Well, parents are your parents. They don't own you. Well, anyway. What else? Who else is famous in history? What else has happened in history? Brad. George Washington. Who is he, Brad? George Washington is a president. What president was he? Do you know? The first president. Washington. What about an event? What event has happened? Think about this. Have you heard of any wars? Have you heard of any big things that have happened? Zane?
I think way back in the days when caveman they were dinosaurs were fighting each other.
Dinosaurs were fighting each other. So we put dinosaurs because that is something that's happened in history. So the past. We'll put dinosaurs. Well, what else? Anything else? Have you guys ever heard of like the Civil War? Has anyone ever heard of that? Aiden. Any ideas? Alia?
President Washington used to lead in the wars.
He did. There was the American Revolution, I believe. Maybe after. Alright. Now, here's one thing I know you guys all witnessed history. It happened this year. What happened this year that was part of history deals with someone who leads the country. Someone who leads our country. We voted in here. We voted. What happened? Colby. You forgot. What did we vote on in here? To see the whole country voted. Trinity. We elected a president. That is part of history. Does anyone know how many presidents we have? Anyone know? Anyone want to take a guess at it? L'Oreal?
25.
More than 25. Dylan?
I can't see America.
300? Whew, not that many. I'll give you a hint. It's below 50, above 25. Sam?
60.
Below 50. I'll give you a hint. I'll tell you. It's
35.
40 cents.
I was about to say that.
So I'm going to put presidential for your USDSD.
I was about to say 46.
Election. Okay. I need you at this time to write 3 of these. If you have them all, that's great. I just need 3 written down.
I have Ian after the E.
I don't know.
ELECTION.
What?
You're talking about that?
E.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like American, right?
American Revolution. REV. I made it smaller. That's a long word. When you're done, flip it to the back.
Is it that side? No.
It's a blank back side. I will tell you when everyone's there. You're right, some history. Alright. On the back, we're going to do a quick quiz. I need you to write on the top, past, present, and future. I'll put it up here on the board.
I'll go quiz.
You're right, past,
What about quiz?
present, future.
I don't know anything about future.
The future's will be your prediction. Now, once you have that written, you need to write one thing that's happened in the past, one thing that's come from that to the present, and one thing that you think will happen in the future. For an example, you can't see my example, wagons were in the past, on-road vehicles are in the present, hover cars are in the future. Alright?
No, we can't use those.
So you can't use those. So try and think of something else we talked about. We've talked about electricity, we've talked about history, we've talked about houses. What do you think will happen? So go ahead and write an example, and then we're going to turn it on the back table.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Right, one example.
Excuse me?